Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are going to be reviewing Evil Dead Burn. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to see it on Thursday, but yeah, we get to see it now, and let's talk about it. And I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. So yeah, let's get into Evil Dead. All right, let's just get this straight off the bat. People are obviously curious if it is as gory as others are saying it is, even compared to like the 2013 movie or Evil Dead Rise. I can honestly say it is less bloody, maybe than 2013. Yeah, a lot less bloody. But compared to Rise, I feel like the gore effects in Burn is there's a much it's much more gory, but yeah, not in a direct sense, but more on the attention they pay to the details of the gore effects that's being done. So yeah, take that how you will. But that is the gory aspects. I would say it's gorier than Evil Dead Rise. And they do a pretty phenomenal job for the most part, keeping everything practical and not as much CGI as they could have used. But we will get into those aspects as well. With the gore and everything going on, there is also a lot of scenes that make you feel completely uncomfortable. There's a particular kill involving a deadite. I thought that one was pretty well done. It might have been the best kill of the movie. I won't go into too much details, but yeah, I felt it was done pretty well. And then there's another uncomfortable scene at the dinner table. We'll talk about that in a while as well. And there's another one involving two characters. I don't know how to explain it without giving any spoilers, but yeah, they kind of make up in a way. But yeah, it's so disgusting to watch, and you kind of cringe and want to look away the entire time because that's not something you want to see on screen. Yeah, guys, this is a very simple premise movie. It's a very simple Evil Dead kind of story. There's a few twists and turns here, but I guess this is where the majority of the good aspects of this movie. And if you're just there for the gore, amped up to 11, then you're going to enjoy this movie a lot. But if you're looking for some interesting characters, I don't know if this is the movie to watch. Even though I did enjoy it a little bit more than Evil Dead Rise, I feel like the characters in that Evil Dead Rise was a little bit more established and fleshed out, and you kind of understood their dynamic and you know what's going on between them. This one, everybody's kind of a douchebag of a character, and you kind of not that empathetic toward them or sympathetic when all of this stuff goes down with their family. But yeah, some pretty awful, mean people in this movie, even before they were turned into deadites. And when we talk about the lore aspects of this film, it does try a little bit. There is some things that are explored. I won't go to too much detail, obviously. But yeah, they tried to do the whole progression of the story thing with the grandfather. He's been doing research into the Book of the Dead, and there's three of them. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but yeah. So he's done research on that, and there's a specific item that can do a specific thing, and yeah, hopefully they expand on it a little bit more. Yeah, I don't think it was the hook that I was expecting it to be. In saying that, with Evil Dead Wrath that will be coming out probably next year, I think they're in the middle of shooting that movie right now. Hopefully, through that, the lore gets explored a little bit more, and the story can directly continue off of this. This is like a direct sequel to Evil Dead Rise. I won't say in which way, form, or shape that happens in, but yeah, this is a follow up to Evil Dead Rise, so that is good news. I really hope in Evil Dead Wrath they just explore the story a little bit more, and we get to see some returning characters of the franchise. Not necessarily an Ash Williams, but yeah, Alice in this movie, she's an okay final girl. I don't think she does anything extraordinary. You kind of find out some messed up things in her past, and it's kind of revealed she's got a couple of badass moments. But yeah, the film lacks a little bit of a third act, and the whole end Deadite thing that's coming after her is, I don't know. They could have done probably a better job of that, but yeah, that's where the movie loses a little bit of its steam. And if they could bring back Alice, I believe that's the main character's name, back for Evil Dead Wrath, that would be kind of cool. Maybe, yeah, just some another character, maybe of the past franchises or from the Evil Dead 2013. Is it Mia? I don't remember if her name's Mia, but yeah, just get somebody to continue the storyline. We cannot just focus on set piece to set piece to set piece with the gore and violence. Yeah, you gotta have something more interesting than that. I feel like there is a couple of CGI scenes throughout this that, yeah, it kind of takes you out of it. And the whole Deadites crawling on walls like Spider-Man. I know it was a huge thing in Evil Dead Rise as well. I don't know. It's not for me. I like the whole rising out of the water stuff, but I don't know, the climbing walls like Spider-Man takes me out of it a little bit. Not to say that it's too distracting. And then another aspect of this film that I think a lot of people are curious about is the comedy. I've always felt that Evil Dead has done a great job with balancing the dark humor. It's not an outright haha type of movie, but there's some dark humor in there, especially the second one. It goes a little bit crazy, and yeah, they're always a little bit daunting, the Deadites and stuff like that. But I felt in this movie the comedy was done pretty well, and it doesn't take away from the scares, the horror, and stuff like that, or break the tension in any way like that. I feel like it's done pretty well for the most part, and yeah, it just takes you out a little bit. Like, oh, we need a little bit of a breather after all of these exhausting and intense sequences that's taking place. People losing limbs, and yeah, it's a gore fest for sure. But yeah, especially the grandmother character, she's kind of out of it. Probably got a few diseases going on mentally with herself. So, but yeah, the dark humor aspect. There was a couple of times there was get the audience a good chuckle in the theater, and yeah, I don't think it will take away too much from anything else the movie has going on. So that's great news, guys. All right, let's talk about the CGI and stuff like that. So there's a sequence that was in the trailer that did not look good at all in the trailer. It looks a little bit better here, but I don't know. We could have scrapped that sequence. Maybe they just wanted to do a cool thing with a cool weapon in a small confined space. I guess I don't know what the reasoning behind that was. And then the whole deadite at the end. That's after our main girl. It does not look. It does not look good. It looks just like something out of a PlayStation 2 cutscene or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, the third act definitely drags a little bit. But and then the movie's kind of dark-ish as well. It's like just this gray baritone throughout. It's very boring to look at, and it goes from day to night like that, and it stays like that. No, you need some darkness. It's a dark movie, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have done more stuff visually with this movie. It's not the biggest complaint in the world. One thing I am pleasantly surprised of is that not everything that was shown in the trailer is shown in the movie. Like, you can kind of put things together, but I was pleasantly surprised about how many things actually transpired differently than what I was expecting or got from the trailer. I only watched that one trailer, and I believe there's a couple of other things going out, like TV spots and stuff like that, that might just spoil a little bit more. But overall, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw in the movie compared to trailers. I was really expecting something else. Do have to warn you guys, there is a scene, much like Obsession this year. If you do not like to see animals getting harmed, I don't know, it's not done outright in Obsession, but this movie, yeah, it takes a lot of chances, and yeah, if you don't like to see animals getting harmed, do not recommend this movie, or just, I don't know, just skip over it when you watch it at home. But yeah, just a warning out there, guys, because yeah, it's not as that's probably the worst scene in the movie to watch. Like gore, there's not a lot of gore, but yeah, it's shocking to say the least. I don't think they would outright show it that way. I think it would have happened off screen somewhere, but yeah, no, they go for full throttle. yeah, so take that how you will. There is a mid-credit scene, kind of sets up the next movie, but also I don't know. It's maybe just a little bit of humor again in there. Maybe that's the least funniest if they were going for funny in that scene. But yeah, it kind of sets up the next movie, hopefully. And then there's another end credit scene that also ties into a different movie from the franchise. So definitely stick around for that. Doesn't add too much, it's just a fun little sequence. I think a lot of people will be just happy to see the person in that sequence. And yeah, guys, overall, I did enjoy it a little bit more than Evil Dead Rise. Is it as gory as the 2013 or bloody? No. Is it as gory as the 20 or Evil Dead Rise? Probably not. But the attention to detail that play on the gore effects, that is the selling point, I believe. And I'll give this movie a solid 7.5. If the gore and stuff is all you're after, this is the movie for you. Shock value, yeah, just gore, bloody, disgusting, gross, intense moments. That is definitely for you. But it lacks a little bit of the characters, honestly, and the lore that they do build in this movie, I thought could have been explored a little bit further. Hopefully, they do this with Evil Dead Raft. Guys, we are live this afternoon with a Friday the 13th Part 4 movie reaction. Please join us for that. And drop your thoughts in it down for Evil Dead Burn. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I'll be right back.